changed a bit. A little bit. Just a little bit. Do you guys stay in contact? Do you get together from time to time? No? What's it like to sit here in this group again? Michael?
We get giddy.
Yeah.
We love each other. We adore each
It's
other.
wonderful.
And we get
It's
giddy.
always trouble. It'd be trouble if you were on here too long.
You know, I was reading last night this material. You know what jumped out at me? In all these years, with all the time you spent together on the set and all you know about each other, not one person went out and wrote a tell-all book.
But I'm writing.
Is that not true?
My book is not a tell-all, but it does tell the loving, wonderful memories, but it's not, no.
But that's not what I mean. You know what I mean. There wasn't one person who went and said, yeah, but let me tell you what was really going on.
No arrests.
It wasn't like that.
Yeah, no arrests, no convictions.
We also signed agreements.
Confidentiality agreements.
Gag orders all
Was
around.
it that happy a set?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It really was.
What was it like?
Just great fun. Lots
Like
of joking
family.
around.
Yeah.
Practical jokes.
Yeah. This one.
It was.
This one and John Ritter. The two of those
Yeah,
two
Ritter and I were
together.
very naughty together.
We're having a great time, all of us. It was just so
Except
much
me,
fun.
I didn't have
You didn't love it? No. Was it hard? Raise your hand. So for those of you who were the kids on the show, okay, raise your hands, right? What was it like being so famous at such a young age?
We were pretty isolated from the public a lot of the time. I mean, I don't think we had a real sense of the impact of the show, and I think a lot until almost the show being over.
I think it's also it was a very different time to be famous.
Yeah.
So not like the all-reality TV time we live in now.
Not at all.
Very, very.
And on the whole, when Walton fans meet you, they feel like your family. So there isn't that kind of get you or gotcha or intrusive thing. People just want to give you a hug.
And there were
that's
so
true.
many of us. I mean, it wasn't, there were 7 of us, really. You weren't a kid, but there were 6 of us. So it wasn't like there was one star and everybody in the world was focused on that. And we all had each other, and we really became like siblings.
The show, you know, it was based in a time of depression and war, and yet that's not the cheeriest subject. So why do you think so many people embraced it?
Family.
Yeah.
Family is family, and because we really did have a very strong bond, all of us together, and that I think that came across on camera. People could relate, and it was just family stories and family stuff. And nowadays, I think it's on all the time on TV
Yeah,
now.
So 3
it's not
different
like
cable
it-
channels run reruns. Do you guys check it out?
yeah,
Yeah.
every now and then.
Does it hold up, or does it seem dated to you?
It was dated when we did it. It was already a period show, so it doesn't. It holds up for that reason.
I think the writing is so good; it holds up very much better than you might think.
You've all heard this 1,000 times, okay? So just tee off on this. What do you say when people say it was just too sugary?
You know, it wasn't. That annoys me because in the beginning it was not. Toward the end it got a little, fell in love with it.
I think that comes
But in the
from
beginning
people-
we were dealing with the book burning in Germany. We were dealing with the Dust Bowl cousins. We were dealing with
Hindenburg,
the Hindenburg. We were dealing with some very segregation. We were dealing with some real issues, as well as the warmth of the family. But
yeah, I think that criticism tended to come from people who didn't really watch the show and weren't really aware
But also,
of
if
it.
you look at even nowadays with what we're going through as a country, and you see, you know, people are still having good times, laughing as a family, may not have anything to go and buy, but they're together. And that's what we were doing back then. We were just having a good time. So it wasn't that sugary.
Refresh my memory. Who was part of the original movie, The Homecoming?
Yes.
And you were not. You actually, Michael, took over for Patricia Neal, right? Both won awards for playing this role. What was it like joining a cast that had already been together before you?
you know, the first day I just said, please help me out. I haven't done television in a long time. And from that moment on, I tested with Richard and Ralph, which was a blessing because I was hungover and didn't know what I was doing.
You pulled her through?
And they pulled me through.
There was always a dinner scene. Right? Did you like shooting those? Were they fun? No? That was my favorite part.
I always ended up in tears at the end.
Why?
Too much cold
Went
food
on
for too many hours.
forever with mashed potatoes getting shoved back into the hole and then re-scooped out on that.
It was one camera, and there was a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it had to take.
And the kids would be
Well,
flicking
you'd shoot them all in
keys
one
at
day.
each
So you'd have the
other.
breakfast scene, then you'd have the dinner scene, then maybe another dinner scene. You're at the table all day long.
And And all I did was pour coffee.
Yes,
More
would you
coffee.
like some more
Might be
coffee?
up and you would start to laugh
Yeah.
during the prayer.
You also, people were always visiting Walton Mountains. You
Yes.
always had
Oh,
guest
yeah.
stars,
Yes, all
which had
roads
to
lead-
keep it
all
fun.
roads led to Walton.
I've heard that before. Yeah.
You never know.
That's the first time I've heard that. Was it fun to have those visitors?
Yeah.
Always.
Beulah Bondi, a lot of people started out. Sissy Spacek started on our show. A lot of people started out.
Ritter,
right.
he played
John
our
Ritter
reverends.
was wonderful.
All right. How many times have you heard over the years, Richard?
Good night, John Boy.
Yeah.
Countless.
Not really enough.
Does it haunt
Not
you?
enough. I wanna hear
Is it
more.
fun or does it haunt you?
It's wonderful.
It's
right?
nice.
You know, the idea that 40 years later people will still shout that out to me on the street is the most extraordinary thing. I
It
mean,
haunts us because they ask us to say it. They don't ask you to say
I
goodnight to
know.
yourself. They'll always, can you
Did
say
someone
it?
actually say that in the middle of a play we're doing?
yes.
I heard that.
Oh, great.
It happens every now and then. It's unbelievable.
Guys, a big thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
so
Thank you.
great to have you all back. Happy holidays. And because we must. Good night, We're back with much more right after your local news and weather. Well done, guys. Nice job.
Just wind them up and let them go. You know?